Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
So strange.
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and the footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes.
Kokomi really does think of everything. Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Sure.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to.
It's you. I apologize.
You got sick?
No. It's nothing like that.
You run on energy?
No, it's just a figure of speech. You noticed? To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. And at first, I'm constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, but because of my bloodline, I was... So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I have to make a speech tonight, and I must...
Is there anything we can do to...
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. I was reading a book last time I was here, but... I only...
We'll find it for you, and then we'll read it out to you.
You do that for me? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa. So does Kokomi make time to Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated annual... This is a lot of work for one bird. Let's... Hey, look! Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was... It's gotta be this. Look, there's even a bookmark. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Well, let's take... Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure. Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Kokomi? Oh no, she's fallen. Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the... You sure that's a good idea? She does look pretty exhausted.
Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you see? What time is it?
Yep, you've been out for ages.
I can't believe... I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be... Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy!
I follow the wind. A fateful offering.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still...
Oh, how much energy will that...
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to...
That's great!
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Watatsumi Island is finally... Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd
Okay, well...
Hey there! Care for some fruit and veg? Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck... It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, sorry. I'm afraid I don't have much information.
Sounds promising. Let's go...
Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the...
Nuh-uh. We would...
Is that so? Anyway, do you remember what the most important thing is to... You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the I'll answer your questions, but only if you can...
This? What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about... You're a strong fighter. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade. We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission...
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. What the heck are you thinking? This could send you right back into war.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future... What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from... We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warriors. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun. But we can put... Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense. Yeah. Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. For the sake of victory, we embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever.
Too late? Darn. Doesn't seem like... What are we gonna do? This is really... A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Let's meet here again tomorrow. Well, here. Take... These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex. I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way...
Whoa. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated Wow. There are so many! But you...
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks, as the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, excellent. It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to... She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards...
Seems reasonable. The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted... We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance...
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the any losses they sustain due to issues of public security.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your...
Negotiations seem to be...
The next item has to do with the movement of people and In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival, and economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee...
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment?
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the—
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the...
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You... Comrades, never trust the Kujo! Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it? Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the...
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu! Situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware, Madam Kujo. This is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another... You two! Here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They meant at the time I felt like we could give it a try.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by... With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was...
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you... You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone and...
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to...
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. One day, I will hunt. We bear responsibility for this. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs.
But of course, Madam Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make...
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations...
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into...
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip the...
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency, you...
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of... I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect... During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture...
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under...
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be grueling.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be... And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi. Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with... But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. In short, I've still got some maturing to do.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even